Alright, let's do it.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
That was the window? I can jump out of it? I can't even jump, dude. Like, there's no jump button. There's a crouch. Yeah. Unless there's some other button, I don't know what it would be for. Duck. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Climb on to 343's desk. Oh. Narrate my life. $434? Sure, there's a way. I mean, I believe you. I don't know how to do it. Hey, he's just not going up. Boom, you crack me up, dude. Alright, I'm clicking the chair. Use the chair to get onto the desk. Not sure how, bro. Not sure how. I'm clicking all the active buttons here. Let's try E. Nope. Nothing, man. So, sorry. Alright, I'm gonna go and try this elevator thing. Yeah.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
And then where was the blue and red doors? They were downstairs?
Yet there was
instead of going to my boss's
person
office
here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming
I think
to
they
a
were down.
staircase,
The blue
Stanley
and red
walked
doors, right?
upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, they were to the right, going down the catwalk. Okay, all right, got it. I feel like we have more to do
I think we all know the drill
downstairs.
by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
Yeah, there's definitely something else down that I haven't seen yet. Yeah. Oh wait, I don't have. Oh, the door's just open. Oh, okay. Skips the step. Cool. This shit's fucking hilarious, dude. This game is too funny. So we'll do these last couple endings, and then we'll switch over to Valkyria Chronicles.
Stanley walked straight ahead through
Continue
the
our
large
playthrough.
door that read Mind Control Facility.
We were working on the big tank yesterday. I took about 4 shots to our little tank from the big tank, and that was just too much. So I definitely got to stay out of the backside of the big tank. We would have had it too. Had all the lancers in position. All the guns were taken out. We had 1 radiator out or whatever. One of the heat sinks out. We only had 2 to go. And the last shot on the tank killed our tank. And he just one-shotted us too. It wasn't like he like grinded us down. You were right up till 1 a.m. doing that damn desert mission.
The lights rose.
He
on
just
an
one-shotted
enormous
me,
room
man.
Packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength?
Wait, were you doing the one with the sandstorm? That was pretty cool, dude. Oh yeah, so good. The coffee. Coffee's so good. I like that one. That one was neat. This, other than the snipers working us in the beginning. This game was pretty cool.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers.
Oh, that's cool, Dragon.
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Well, I know the narrator's been talking, Dragon, but I did notice that you were not feeling well, so hopefully you feel better today, sir.
This mind-control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Alright, so we just wait, and this gate will open, I guess. Let's wait a second. So I bought the Journey Collector's Pack yesterday, and I also bought the Ratchet and Clank Collector's Pack with 3 games in one. Just getting geared up for December, man. I was also looking at the Wii U yesterday, trying to figure out some stuff. So the Wii U is backwards compatible with Wii discs, and then there's other games that you can download on the Wii U, you know, that are like emulated through their online shit or whatever, like GameCube games and stuff. So, ooh, shit. Don't stop believing. So go back and push the light bulb, you guys said. Correct, it does not do GameCube discs. I believe I said it does Wii discs, but it'll play N64 games, GameCube games. It's all done through their download system that emulates it or whatever. Through their whatever. I don't know if they just convert it to a Wii U or what, but you know, there's some cool games on Wii U that I could play with the old Wii discs, and plus the shit I could download Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright would be fucking awesome, so. Would be fucking awesome, so. Alright, here we go. This has got some funk. Go Secret Rangers. Secrets all the way. Disco Secrets. Secrets for President. There's no turning back. Don't touch the secret. William hides the best secret.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control.
So many
Never.
secrets.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
That was fucking awesome.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
So, can I turn on the
heart
countdown
of
and
the
then turn it
operation.
off?
Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again.
Oh, if you
exert its
walk
terrible
at the
power
chair, it'll just
over
climb onto the
another
desk.
human
Ah, okay,
being.
got
For
it,
he
got it, got it.
Would dismantle the control.
Yeah, it's a cool story.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go. Turn the controls off.
Give me the countdown, brah.
And leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine.
I can't turn it
You are the
off.
star. It's your story now.
We already did the
Shape to
off
your
option, and
heart's
then we did this
desires.
option, so.
Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments.
Is there any other options we can do here? What do you guys think?
What precious moments each one of them is.
Red button
More
next
time to talk
next to
about
2?
you,
Yeah, he
about
laughs
me,
at us for pushing
where we're
buttons.
going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that?
I mean, there's buttons and
Glad to know where
computers
your
everywhere. Like,
co-workers are. A moment of solace before your obliteration.
incorrect.
All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in
Just
this
press
instance
1.
of the story. Sometimes when I tell
What
it,
the fuck?
I simply let
I
you
feel like
sit
this is a
there in
mind
your
fuck.
office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
See?
I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think
Look at this
that,
giant red button.
that this video game can be beaten? One solved? Do you have
Incorrect.
any idea what your purpose in this place is? But you really believe there's an answer? How many times will you
So
replay
many
this,
colored buttons.
looking desperately for a solution? 10, 100, 1,000? I look forward to finding out and to watching the bomb go off each time you fail. Just
I
you
pressed
and
the
me
3,
in a
brah.
retching explosion of fire and metal over and over and over for all of eternity. And Stanley died again. And Stanley died again. And Stanley died again. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds. until-
Goodbye, employee 427.
No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life? Or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Yeah, I don't think I can do much there. All right, so walk into the chair.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Alright, got it. Some angle or something. Fucking had it before. Ah. Alright. Come on, baby. The fuck?
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No?
Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Would it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Well, there's the window. I guess we're going to begin the game again. Fucking hell. Whoa.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather. At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like, right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old, and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable, and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. You too will become quite unbearable.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All right. Boom likes it. Let's see where we at. Oh, we got time.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Isn't it, Matt? It's fucking cool, man. All right, we're gonna go downstairs.
Came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
And then we'll go back to the platform on the right door, and we'll try the red door.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Negative, Ghost Rider.
But Stanley just
Could we
couldn't
do
it.
everything down?
He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he
we're in an
began to
infinite
make
loop.
other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors
Yes,
close
I did, Mac.
automatically behind him wherever he went?
We're in a loop.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
I think we've done
Were they
this
simply
bit.
repeating?
Look for any other options.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space.
Sometimes I
on a
listen to
magical
him.
star
I'm trying to do everything
and
I
it
can,
too
you know.
appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one.
No other option
Wake
down
up,
here.
he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
I am normal.
Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Yeah, we have no other options.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to
So we'll go right door, drop down the platform.
But on this particular day,
go
her
through
walk
the
was
red door
interrupted
this
by
time.
the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
This game drained the
Although
life
she
out
would
of
soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this.
Well,
and
there's
in
no
a
end,
certain
really. You
way,
just have lots
seeing
of
this
different
man made her
options to
feel
go through.
better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for
A
that
day in the
day.
life of
Very
Stanley.
important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment.
Is it real?
when
Is
she
it not
stood
real?
there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
I don't know. I'm having a good time, man. I don't know about the fun in it for some people, but I'm having a good time. So, all right. All right, I'm gonna go right
When
side.
Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Well, thanks, dude. Welcome.
And here it was, the lounge. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, we take the right door, right? This is the lift, yeah.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Stanley.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay, now we're actually going to go through the red door.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running,
Fucking
just the way you're
circles.
doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley?
It's killing
I
us.
I want it to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
2 doors, both of them. Can't really tell which one's which and where it goes, but
What do we want? What are we looking for?
what the fuck?
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Fuck, dude. Some trippy shit, dude. LSD is a beautiful drug. Well, I wonder what I could do. I could probably jump off the edge or go back into the room. What do you guys want me to do? We can try the other option if you guys want afterwards. I'm gonna go for the, fairly sure that's a new door. YOLO. Jump. Alright, let's try jumping first. Nope, there's an edge. There's an edge. I can't jump it. Hey, Wasp. Alright, let's go through the door then. Very cool. Let's see what happens.
No, wait. Where are you going?
Yeah, I just want to explore as many options as possible.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Stay away from the stairs.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
You want me to kill myself?
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
I thought there'd be a door up here. Nope, just no more railing. Let me go back. I'm sure it's going to be the same thing. Let's go look. Please think about what you're doing. Let's see.
Good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there.
That's another option.
Just
to go
stay
back.
here.
Huh. Just stay here.